morning students, welcome students to the 10th chapter of history of standard 9th. Now students, this is the last chapter of history. The name of the chapter is changing life 2. Now students, in this chapter now we shall look at the changes that have taken place in the field of language. So we will be studying about the changes that has been taken place in the language, in the sports, theater मतलब जहाँ पे plays वगैरह होते हैं, dramas वगैरह, that, and films, newspapers and television. So we are going to start with the chapter. So first we will be studying about the language. Now Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali and Sindhi. These are the official languages in India. Now see children, we all know in our country different languages are spoken by the people everywhere. Different languages spoken all over India. So in that no, जैसे कि महाराष्ट्र में मराठी बोली जाती है. Same, so each and every states they are having their language. So altogether in our country it is told that 22 official languages are there in our country. Now these Indian languages also have dialects, but their number is now on the decline. So ये जो Indian languages हैं, so they are having dialects, but the number is now on decline. Dialects मतलब means that is a form of language which is spoken in a specific region. For example, see महाराष्ट्र में मेन लैंग्वेज क्या है? मराठी. इट इज स्पोकन बाय द पीपल. बट ये मराठी इन ईच एंड एवरी रीजन इट इज स्पोकन इन ए डिफरेंट वे. वहाँ की बोली अलग होती है. सो दैट इज कॉलेज. जैसे कि फॉर आगरी पीपल देयर वे ऑफ टॉकिंग इज डिफरेंट. नागपुर में वहाँ पे इन अदर वे मराठी इज स्पोकन बाय द पीपल. खानदेशी वहाँ पे अलग है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द डायलेक्ट्स. So that number nowadays it is going on declining. Now timely steps should be taken to nurture them. Nurture them means to protect them, otherwise we will lose an important part of our heritage. So immediately here steps has to be taken to nurture them, otherwise we will lose an important part of our heritage. Here we can take the example, जैसे कि nowadays क्या हो रहा है, मराठी schools that are going on closing down. अगर मराठी schools ऐसे बंद होते जाएंगे, so people in the coming period they will not come to know, means they will not study Marathi. So for that purpose, for nurturing them, what steps has been taken in the English medium schools also Marathi subject is there, so that the children they can study that, they can know about the Marathi language. So nevertheless in the Hindi, which has reached everywhere through the medium of Hindi movies, has served to unite the country by language. Nevertheless means in spite of that Hindi, so Hindi language it has reached everywhere throughout the medium. किसकी वजह से spread हो गया? Because of the Hindi movies, and it is a language it is uniting the whole country. Means normally see 40 to 50% of the people of the country they are speaking Hindi language, and mostly if we go into the south में क्या होता है, people they are not able to understand Hindi, so there which language is spoken? English. So here do you know children, here it is given. Now given below is a list of the languages of Nagaland in 1961 and the numbers of people using them. So यहाँ पे means the languages that is spoken in Nagaland is given. So different languages are there along with, so just go through that. Here the consequence of this variety was that Kohima radio station has to make its broadcast in 25 languages, which included English, Hindi, Naga dialects and 16 Naga languages. So here in the Nagaland what happened? No, here the name whichever the language dialects are given along with the dialects. So यहाँ पे जो रेडियो स्टेशन है, in how many languages they have to broadcast the shows? In 25 languages. प्रोग्राम जो ब्रॉडकास्ट करते थे they have to broadcast in 25 languages. Altogether जो अंगामी लोथा it is given no till Makuri, along with that in English, Hindi, Naga and 16 Naga languages. Now here the English language has been gaining ground in India due to the process of globalization which began after 1990. So about the English language, she told that it has gained importance after what? After the globalization period, when trade started. When trade began, we started trading with the other countries, that has been increased. So if we want to trade, what is necessary? We should know English. So that here communication can become easy between the people. So English is becoming the language of livelihood as it opens the doors of multiple job opportunities. Moreover, for the job opportunities also it is useful. Means if we want a good job, so for that what is necessary? We should have the knowledge of English. Now moreover, Indians are at the forefront in learning English. However, it is necessary to ensure that this process does not endanger the very existence of regional languages. But what is told, we can study, means it is good we are studying the English languages because it is a source for getting good job opportunities. But when we are studying English, so we should take the care that we should not forget about the regional languages. We should also study the regional languages. Next here, latest research में दिया, let us gather some information about the dialects of Maharashtra with the help of various tools. Here you can, on the net you can collect the informations. Another topic we are going to study, that is sports. Now during the pre-independence period, only a few selected games were known to people in general. So during the pre-independence period, when the British people, they were ruling us, at that time no, only few people, means the people know they were playing, only few selected games were played by them. Now some sports persons changed this situation, but because of some people, some sports person, the situation has been changed. So this enhanced the status of both the sports and the sports person. So this enhanced, that is, this boosted, upgraded the status of both. किसका status improve कर दिया? Sports का भी and the sports person. For example, Geet Sethi achieved global excellence in snooker, a variation of billiards. So Geet Sethi achieved a global excellence in snooker. कौन से गेम में? ए वेरिएशन, बिलियर्ड्स का एक वेरिएशन, दैट इज क्यू स्पोर्ट्स बोलते हैं. तो एक गेम प्लेड ऑन ए बिलियर्ड, मतलब एक टेबल रहता है, बिलियर्ड टेबल, उसके ऊपर प्ले करते हैं, जिसमें यू मस्ट हैव सीन 15 रेड कलर के बॉल, 6 बॉल्स होते हैं ऑफ अदर कलर्स, और क्यू वाइड बॉल होता है विथ अ स्टिक दे हैव टू पुट इनसाइड. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड इज अ बिलियर्ड्स. He won the national championship of billiards for teenagers at the age of 15. So this person, when he has won the championship of billiards at the age of 15 for teenagers. Later he went on to win national and international championship also. Now at the global level he won the amateur, that is amateur का meaning होता है in a non-professional way, without pay. He has billiards competition thrice. And the professional one 5 times, मतलब without pay. In a not professional way he has won the competition for how many times? For 3 times. And afterwards in the professional way, how many times? 5 times. His success made the game popular and the newspapers began to report news about billiards. So when he became successful in that, no, so because of that the newspaper, no, they started reporting about him also and about the billiards game also. Thus he made a new field available to the rising sports person in India. So because of that, because of the achievement that he has achieved in the billiards game, so because here a new field was made available to the new generations for the sports person in India. Now it was in 1983 that the Indian team won the World Cup for cricket under the captainship of Kapil Dev. Now we all know India won the cricket World Cup in the year 1983, and at that time who was the captain of the Indian team? Yes, Kapil Dev, correct. It was a historic victory for India. Cricket instantly won great popularity across the country, and afterwards, means after we won the World Cup, so immediately after that, no, here the popularity of this cricket game, it has been increased all over the country. In the same year, Sunil Gavaskar broke the earlier record of maximum centuries in the Test cricket. So same year में Sunil Gavaskar, what he has done, he has broken the record of maximum centuries का record in the Test cricket. He has broke. किसका broke किया था? Donald Bradman का. You must have heard the name. So afterwards in 1985 India won the Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket, and afterwards 1985 में क्या हुआ था? India won the Benson and Hedges करके World Championship हुआ था of the cricket. So India won that championship also. So as a result cricket came to be played in all the states to a lesser or greater extent. So उसके वजह से cricket it became famous. So that cricket, no, it came to be played in all the different states, मतलब अलग अलग states पे खेले जाने लगे at a lesser or greater extent, but at the cost of indigenous Indian games. Cost of indigenous मतलब जो हमारे native games है उसके cost पे लोग उसको, means the games that were the played in India, instead of that people they started playing cricket. जैसे कि here nowadays the people जितना craze cricket के लिए है, the same craze is not there for our national game, that is hockey. A few movies were also produced around the theme of cricket, और क्रिकेट के ऊपर बहुत सारे मूवीज भी बनने लग गए थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लगान मूवी. Live telecast of the full 5 days or 1 day match of the matches also became available, and moreover we can watch it on the this live test 5 days के जो matches है along with 1 day match, all that is shown on the TV. So India has been participating in the Asiad and Olympic Games. Moreover, India started participating in the Asiad or Olympic Games में. At the Olympics of year 2000, Karnam Malleshwari won a medal for weightlifting. So she was the first woman to win a medal at the Olympics. So in the year 2000, जब Olympics Games हुआ था, that Karnam Malleshwari, so she won the medal for the Olympics for weightlifting. So she was the first woman to win the medal. Now India's representation began to rise in various Olympic games such as hockey, badminton, tennis, swimming, weightlifting and archery. So later on after that क्या हो गया, India started participating in other various games also. For example hockey में badminton, tennis, swimming, weightlifting, archery, that is bow and arrow. Next है theatres and films. थिएटर में आ जाएगा ड्रामाज जो प्लेस वगैरह करते हैं ना, दैट एंड फिल्म्स. नाउ थिएटर एंड फिल्म्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ इंडियन लाइफ. अर्ली प्लेस वर वेरी लॉन्ग, समटाइम्स रनिंग थ्रू आउट एन एंटायर नाइट. सो पहले के जो प्लेस होते थे, प्लेस मतलब यहाँ पे नाटक जो होते थे जो प्ले करते थे, सो दे वर वेरी लॉन्ग, समटाइम्स मतलब थ्रू आउट द नाइट दैट प्ले यूज टू गो ऑन. नाउ द फॉर्म ऑफ टेक्निक, जो उसका फॉर्म है टेक्निक प्रेजेंटेशन का, टेक्निक मेथड्स का, ड्यूरेशन का, टाइम लिमिट, सो ऑल हैव चेंज इन टूडेज पीरियड. People from different walks of life take part in the drama. So people from each and every part, they participate in the dramas. But musicals have now declined in importance, and political and social subjects have replaced. But nowadays कैसे musical dramas है ना, उसका importance कम हो गया है, and instead of that यहाँ पे political and social subjects को लेके dramas play होते हैं. And earlier mythological, पहले क्या था, ड्रामास वेर बेस्ड ऑन, जो नाटक वगैरह होते थे, इट वाज बेस्ड ऑन माइथोलॉजिकल हिस्टोरिकल थीम्स पे. माइथोलॉजिकल मतलब इमेजिनेशंस पे, ट्रेडिशनल स्टोरीज पे एंड हिस्टोरिकल स्टोरीज पे बेस्ड होते थे. बट नाउअडेज इट हैज टेकन द फॉर्म ऑफ पॉलिटिकल एंड सोशल इश्यूज. द एज ऑफ ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट मूवीज हैज बीन सक्सीडेड बाय द एज ऑफ कलर्ड मूवीज. नाउ ऑन द फिल्म साइड्स, सो मूवीज में भी चेंजेस आ गए थे. अर्लियर वी आर हैविंग ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट मूवीज, नाउ वी आर हैविंग कलर्ड मूवीज. In the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. So Hindi movies in today's day, it is entertainment में देखा जाए तो it is incomparable. Now movies reflect contemporary themes. Contemporary means the modern period, modern issues. Film shootings, locals have moved abroad. So earlier film shootings, no, they were mostly done in the studios में shoot करते थे. Otherwise at the local level only shooting was done. But nowadays for shooting they are going abroad also. So as a result, so viewers can now see many different places in the foreign countries. So because of by watching the movies, no, your viewers, they can watch the different places of the foreign countries. Now movies in foreign languages are now translated. During the screening of the English movies, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitles. So screening के टाइम पे क्या होता है, इंग्लिश मूवीज का जब स्क्रीनिंग होता है, so at that time below no Hindi translation is we can see as a subtitle, so that the people easily they can understand. Hindi movies now compete with the global movies in today's period. जो हिंदी movies है, so that Hindi movies no, they are competing with the global movies, because these Hindi movies no, they have become popular, and it has these Hindi movies, they have reached in each and every nook का मतलब every corner of the world. We see a reflection of politics, social events, industry and technology in the movies. सो कास्टिंग बैक जो रहता है ना, रिफ्लेक्शन उसका मतलब पॉलिटिक्स का, सोशल इवेंट्स का, इंडस्ट्री, टेक्नोलॉजी, एवरीथिंग वी कैन सी इन द मूवीज. एंड मोर ओवर्स मूवी अर्लियर दे वर ऑफ 3 to 4 hours. पहले के मूवीज कितने टाइम के होते थे, दे वर ऑफ 3 to 4 hours. बट नाउ द टाइम पीरियड हैज़ बीन reduced. It is for 1.5 hours. Moreover, the concept of one screen and one cinema hall has given a way to multiplexes. Earlier we were having one cinema. Movies क्या होता था, एक ही सिनेमा हॉल में रिलीज होते थे. बट नाउ what has taken place, we are having multiplexes. So many screens are there. The days of a movie running for 100 weeks in one cinema hall are over. पहले क्या होता था, एक ही मूवी एक सिनेमा हॉल में 100 weeks चलती थी. So that system has been over. And so now one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and abroad simultaneously. So in today's period, one movie, it can be released on many screens at a time, in India also and abroad also at the same time. This development has changed the economy of the movies. Production of movies has attained the status of industry. So in today's period, that is production of movies, उसको एक नाम दिया गया, that is film industry. This industry now employs crores of people. So many people, they are getting employment because of the film industry. See many people, वहाँ पे हर एक चीज़ के लिए people are needed for doing the work. So it is providing employment opportunities to the people. The movie industry in regional languages is also thriving. Thriving means flourishing. Their regional languages के जो मूवी है, they are also day by day progress हो रहा है, उसमें भी flourish हो रहा है, prosper कर रहे हैं. जैसे कि साउथ की मूवीज़ हो गए, मराठी लैंग्वेजेस की, और बांग्ला मूवीज़, असम मीन्स each and every regional languages movies day by day they are flourishing. Next is newspapers. Now, the changing lifestyle has its effects on newspapers and other mass media, and they in turn have influenced individuals as well as a community. So, this changing lifestyle, its effect has been seen on the mass media and newspapers also, and because of that, here it has affected the life of the individual as well as a community. During early post-independence period, newspapers has multiple objectives. Means when we got the independence after that, so newspapers no उनके उनका काम था means they have to fulfill many objectives. For example, means newspaper they were expected not only to give news to the people. डेली इवेंट्स का मतलब डेली इवेंट्स के ऊपर ओनली दे शुड नॉट ओनली प्रिंट द न्यूज़ बट अलॉन्ग विद दैट दे हैव टू बूस्ट द इंडस्ट्री एंड कॉमर्स ऑल्सो बाई प्रिंटिंग एडवर्टाइजमेंट मतलब इंडस्ट्रीज और कॉमर्स के ट्रेड को लेके बहुत सारे एडवर्टाइजमेंट भी उनको पब्लिश करना पड़ता था. न्यूज़पेपर्स फंक्शन विद द फॉलोइंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या थे? शेप पब्लिक ओपिनियन. सो पब्लिक ओपिनियंस कैन बी एक्सप्रेस थ्रू द न्यूज़पेपर्स. डायरेक्ट इट्स टुवर्ड्स कंस्ट्रक्टिव गुड वर्क. एट टाइम्स लीड द लेटर कैरीड ऑन द टास्क ऑफ पब्लिक एजुकेशन. लीड टू द लेटर मतलब लास्ट द टास्क ऑफ पब्लिक एजुकेशन का काम करते थे. कीप ए वॉच ओवर द गवर्नमेंट मशीनरी अलॉन्ग विद दैट हाउ द गवर्नमेंट इज फंक्शनिंग व्हाट वर्क द गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग. दे ये न्यूज़पेपर्स दे आर कीपिंग ए आई ऑन द गवर्नमेंट. Earlier newspapers were black and white. With the changing times, colors printing became common. So पहले के newspapers क्या होते थे? Black and white it was there. But nowadays we are having colored newspapers है. Where different colors newspapers we can see. Earlier newspapers were thought to be the mouthpiece of the taluka or districts. सो पहले न्यूज़पेपर्स जो प्रिंट होते थे ना देवर कॉल्ड एज अ माउथ पीस. माउथ पीस मतलब एक्सप्रेस करते हैं दूसरे का व्यूज एक्सप्रेस करते थे. सो देवर एट द ऑफ द तालुका और डिस्ट्रिक्ट. बट नाउ दे हैव टू फेस टफ कंपटीशन फ्रॉम द स्टेट लेवल न्यूज़पेपर्स. बट आज के डेट में क्या है डिफरेंट डिफरेंट न्यूज़पेपर्स आ गए हैं. सो यह स्टेट लेवल पे न्यूज़पेपर्स के साथ कॉम्पिटिशन्स हो गए हैं. बट ऑन द होल न्यूज़पेपर्स आर नाउ बिकमिंग मोर एक्टिविटी. बट देन ऑल्सो इसका न्यूज़पेपर्स का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है बढ़ते जाए एंड दे हैव बिकम मोर active. So their scope has been enlarged to include raising funds for drought affected and flood affected people. So nowadays जो newspapers है ना उनका scope क्या हो गया है enlarged हो गया है. Here newspapers includes raising funds. उनका काम their scope has been increased no, so it includes raising funds for drought affected and flood affected people. जो means those people those were affected because of the droughts के वजह से floods के वजह से जो affect होते they are helping उनके लिए funds जमा करते हैं. helping meritorious students from lower income groups to go for higher education. and जो meritorious means talented students रहते हैं they are coming from the low income groups. उनके पास financially they are weak so they are for getting higher educations. So they are helping those students also and organizing or sponsoring cultural programs. Now this is how newspapers have now become an inseparable part of our lives. So newspapers they have become an inseparable part of our life. means daily means we are having an habit only to in the morning. जैसे कि तुम लोग ने नोटिस किया होगा कि मॉर्निंग में ही सबको सबसे पहले क्या लगता है मीन्स दे नीड डे का स्टार्ट करने के लिए दे फील मीन्स पीपल नीड न्यूज़पेपर्स दे रीड द न्यूज़पेपर्स. Next is television. Television came to India during the post-independence period. So earlier it was black and white. Now it is colored. Now we all know टेलीविजन में भी बहुत सारे चेंजेस आए आफ्टर पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस पीरियड के बाद. मतलब वी आर हैविंग द टेलीविजन. सो अर्लियर क्या था ब्लैक एंड वाइट. नाउ वी आर हैविंग कलर टीवी. आज के डेट में क्या हो गया स्मार्ट टीवीज वी आर हैविंग. सो दैट इज चेंजिंग चेंजेस आर गोइंग ऑन. अर्लियर इट वॉज लिमिटेड टू सम सेलेक्टेड प्रोग्राम्स एंड फिक्स्ड टाइम स्लॉट्स. सो जब स्टार्टिंग में टीवी पे जो शो आते थे सो कुछ सेलेक्टेड प्रोग्राम्स वर ओनली शोन एंड फॉर फिक्स टाइम पीरियड ओनली. Gradually its scopes was enlarged to include educational programs, news bulletins, detailed reporting of the tours of the president and the prime minister. And afterward changes were made in that. So what was the changes? It included educational programs related with the education field. Programs were telecasted. News bulletins means what is going on within the country, foreign countries में क्या हो रहा है related with the news were telecasted. And afterwards detailed reporting was given on the tours of the president and the prime ministers. Now during the telecast of Ramayana and Mahabharata, a majority of the people used to sit glued to the television set. Glued मतलब stick. Now see ये रामायण एंड महाभारत शोज के बारे में तुम लोग ने सुना होगा. मीन्स एट दैट टाइम जब उस टाइम पे जब टेलीकास्ट होते थे शो ये दोनों शोज ना टीवी पे. सो पीपल दे टू स्टॉप द वर्क. दे टू सिट स्टिक. टीवी के पास स्टिक हो जाते थे. कोई सब काम वगैरह सब बोलते थे. एवरीथिंग हैज बी यूज टू बी स्टॉप्ड एंड पीपल दे यूज टू वॉच दिस सीरियल्स.
Now these serials proved to the popularity of these medium. उसके मतलब उसकी popularity, television की popularity has been increased because of both these serials. Then in 1991, CNN channel showed the entire world a live visual reporting of the Iraq war. और 1991 में क्या हो गया था, जो CNN चैनल है, so it has showed the world live reporting, उन लोग ने दिखाया था इराक वॉर का. At this stage, the world of Indian news channels changed completely. In 1998, Star, that is Satellite Television Asia region, a private media house, entered India, and the uninteresting, monotonous means boring, and propagandist news telecast of the early period underwent a sea change. और उसकी वजह से because of the Star channel, a private media house था, so it has entered. So उसकी वजह से जो uninteresting, boring, propagandist news telecast होते थे ना, so वहाँ पे in the news field a change has been seen. The language, the technique of the presentation, studios, equipment supplied with the latest technology, and the use of OB, that is the outdoor broadcasting vans, have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further and brought it transparency and variety. See, in today's period, जो उनका news presentation का style होता है, language, technique of the presentation, studios, आज के डेट में क्या है, which are the studios are there, they are equipped means well supplied with latest technology, and moreover outdoor broadcastings होते हैं. So it has expanded the scope of the Indian TV channels. और in today's period we are having transparency and varieties also. Now every nook and corner of the country is connected, each and every whatever things are going within the country, वो कहीं पे भी होने, इंडिया के कोई भी पार्ट में होने दो, we can easily come to know. So this had a great impact on politics. उसकी वजह से किसके ऊपर effect we can see the effect on the politics also. In short, the whole country started changing, means whatever information people want, easily that information it is made available to the people through the TV. We can get each and every information. So children, so far we have studied the history of modern India. So next year you are going to study about this subject in the practical world. So we shall see how history can be a part of daily life and not just a thing of the past. Means earlier in the 10th standard, now children you will be studying about history कैसे हमारे daily life का एक part है ना, means only things in history, the things related with the past is not included, but how it is history can be deal with the daily life, that also we are going to study. So children, in this chapter we have studied about the changes that has taken place in the sports field में, dramas वगैरह में, televisions में क्या changes हुए, that we have studied. So children, hope you have understood the chapter.